Firefighters say illegally installed heaters are to blame for a carbon monoxide leak in an apartment building in Hempstead, Long Island this morning.
Nearly 100 people who live there were evacuated and are now unable to return home. CBS 2's Carolyn Gusoff has more.
This tenant gathering what little she could for the next 2 weeks. So you can't stay here now? No. After carbon monoxide wafted through 15 apartments here at 545 Front Street in Hempstead. At daybreak Wednesday, fire officials responding to 911 calls of dizzy residents entered the building to find high levels of carbon monoxide.
Before I even hit the door, my meter was going off. I found 2 residents in a back room that was passed out.
A woman and a baby overcome by potentially deadly fumes. Tenants were immediately evacuated. 28 tested positive for exposure, 9 of them taken to hospitals for treatment. Hempstead Village officials blame gas-fired heating units they say were illegally installed in each apartment, some in closets and cupboards.
These heating units, there were no permits applied because the pipes weren't connected right, was able to emit the CO gases throughout the building.
Tenants told officials the building was recently converted to heating units in each apartment. Because they're now billed separately for gas service, they can't afford to turn the heat on often.
He was using the heat intermittently because of the expense.
Village officials didn't mince words about the way they say the heaters were improperly installed.
I believe that this landlord took advantage of the fact that he had residents that were afraid to report such violations.
The things that's happening into these apartments here with these slumlords that we have here is unacceptable. This happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. It would have been a disaster.
Disaster prevented, say village officials, who will now work to fortify village codes so that buildings like this one are inspected annually instead of every 3 years. In Hempstead, Long Island, Carolyn Gusoff, CBS 2 News.
And village officials identify the landlord as Pebble Lane LLC. The owner could not be reached for comment.